All right, guys. Fula coming to you with another Guerrilla boxing video. I mean, they're really trying to hype up this Canelo Triple G Part Three, but I'm not. I'm like really not buying it. I'm not really in the least excited about this fight. I think this fight is just like BS for the most part. Um, they even had them face off during the pitching of I think a game. And Eddie Hearn is like really trying to hype up this fight so much. The only reason why he's winning is because I think he works with both fighters. So therefore, the fact that he works for both fighters, he's gonna see the lion's share of everything. So this is the reason why. But I came across something very interesting, and it said that Canelo Alvarez says Dimitri Bivol rematch will be at 175. Now, in the article, it says Canelo has confirmed that, and then here's another key thing: Canelo has confirmed that if he fights Dimitri Bivol again, so it's not a win, it's a if he fights Dimitri Bivol. He said that it will be at 175 because he doesn't want to deal with the excuses that could come afterward. To be sure, the backlash Canelo would receive in using his A-side popularity to force the rematch with Bivol at 168 is enough to deter him from going in that direction for a hypothetical rematch with him. But my thing is this is just my personal opinion. It's just Dimitri Bivol has his number at any weight class, okay? Even if they were to move to 168, I think what Canelo is really afraid of is that once Bivol takes the belts at 168, it'll be like, what does he really have left? What will he really have left at that weight class? If Bivol just comes down and says, you know what? I think 168 sounds good. I come down, I take your belts from there. Then what else does Canelo have? But here's the thing that the article said, Here's what the article said. The article kind of agrees where I'm trying to get at too. It says not only would it minimize a potential victory for Canelo, but it would be hell for him to listen to the criticism he received from his fans and after the rematch. Now, the thing is that it says that but I really doubt that he would receive criticism from his fans, because his fans are just like, I hate to say it, but they're like some of the most unintelligent people in the world. I haven't met one intelligent Canelo fan. I've only met one who has tried to sound intelligent, really, to be honest, but he ends up sounding backwards anyway. Now, it says to compete with a fighter like Bivol, you must be disciplined, well conditioned, possess a high ring IQ, and be fully engaged mentally in the sport. Which Canelo is not, because after the victory that Bivol took, instead of just taking some time off, chilling out, maybe recollecting his thoughts about like, okay, how are we gonna go into a rematch with Bivol? Like immediate rematch with Bivol. He decides, nah, you know what? I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna go ahead and get punch drunk. And then after I get punch drunk, I'm gonna go play some golf. And then since Triple G is 40-ish and on his way out, I'm gonna fight him. Which means he's disengaged in boxing. because he rather play golf with a country club full of millionaires, basically, right? So if Canelo chooses not to rematch Bivol, you can understand his situation. At this point in his career, he knows where he's at physically and mentally, which is why, you know, during the first fight with Bivol, when he was getting countered with hooks, he tried to suplex him because that's where he was mentally. You know what I mean? Now, some other things about this, which I think is cap, because the reason why I think it's cap is because the fight hasn't even been signed yet for him to make this comparison. But basically, Eddie Hearn said that Canelo versus Golovkin generates 3 times revenue of Spence versus Crawford. I doubt it. Now, it also says in the article, if Canelo doesn't think he can beat Bivol, it makes no sense for him to fight the talented 175-pound champion a second time and wind up getting humiliated again. And I mean, maybe the second time he'll get stopped, you know, because Bivol will know what he offers. And in fact, you know, Bivol, the thing is about Bivol is he's kind of like a take it as it comes type of guy when it comes to boxing, right? But I think in the rematch, he's going to jump on him early. And since, like, although he won the fight, right, he was still robbed by the judges. So he may be compelled and be like, you know what? I'm not going to even leave it up to the judges. I'm just going to go in there and really give it to him, right? He said, the article also says, if I fight with Bivol again, I'm going to fight at 175 because I don't want any excuses. Said Canelo Alvarez. But what I really think that translates to is I don't want him taking my shit at 168. I think that's what it really does. Because Bivol said, like, maybe. He said he doesn't know if he can make 168, but he said if it's a possibility, then, you know, maybe we can look into it. Because I think Bivol's manager said at the beginning when Canelo fought Rocky Fielding, Bivol said he can make 168 to fight Canelo. Now, the thing is what can be done, however, is that maybe Bivol will try to negotiate and be like, you know what? I don't want to even fight at I don't want to fight at 175. I want to fight you at 168 so I can take your belts, so I can prove just how great I am, you know. Maybe he'll say that. I don't know. Now, they said it's still too early to know if Canelo versus Bivol rematch will ever occur because both fighters could lose their fight during the interim this year, making appointments for a second contest to take place. Canelo has a tough trilogy clash against Gennady Golovkin, which I doubt, you know, scheduled for September 17th that he must win. And there's a high potential that he can lose that fight. I doubt it. Golovkin is an intelligent fighter. Nah, I wouldn't even say that. And then it says his trainer Jonathan Banks will ensure he follows the Bivol blueprint to the letter against Canelo. Still won't give him the decision though. still won't give him the decision. Now, they said the blueprint for defeating Canelo is throw, sustained combination, 3 to 7 punches, movement, and I guess you can say with movement, angles as well. Cover up well and attack. And don't allow Canelo to steal rounds with eye-catching shots. Attack him relentlessly after he lands a hard shot. And that's kind of what Bivol did. It's like when Canelo landed something on the arm, he just exploded into actions and started piecing him up. Right. Now, the article also says when Canelo using the if word when it comes to a rematch with WBA lightweight champion Bivol indicates that he's not 100% certain that he'll fight the highly disciplined and talented fighter again. If Bivol loses to Joshua Buatsi or whoever he faces next in 2022, which I doubt he'll lose, he's going to turn Buatsi into roadkill. I don't even know if he's going to want to even get rounds with that dude. I think he may want to just try to stop that dude. And then they say that, Canelo probably won't elect to make a rematch with him. But nah, Bivol ain't going to lose to no Buatsi, bro. You saw what Bivol did to the last UK level fighter. I'm just being honest. These UK level fighters, there's levels. They call it levels for a reason. So, like, there's nothing really to fear about them when it comes to these upper echelon guys. That's just the bottom line. And even he looked mediocre in his last fight, Josh Taylor. Really the only UK guy holding it down, but I don't know if he's still fighting or not, is Tyson Fury. That's the only one. But other than that, man, that's really all I got right now. I don't think Canelo's gonna rematch Bivol, actually. And what I'm trying to say in this video basically is that I believe personally that the reason why Canelo wants it at 175 is because he doesn't want Bivol to take his belts at 168. But anyhow, that's all I got for now, guys. We were signing out. Leave your thoughts, leave your comments, and jump on.